All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the We're Doing Fine podcast with Connor James. And it is Friday afternoon. I'm recording this. We're sitting in the new studio. I'm at my kitchen table here, and we're having a nice drink, a little bourbon. I got some, what is it? Basil Hayden that I won at a golf tournament. And it's a rye whiskey, actually. It's one of those putting contests, for these tournaments. You pay $20 and you take a ball. You get 3 shots, 2 shots, 2 or 3 shots. And they have these whiskey bottles planted all over the putting green. And they always put the good stuff in the back. You got to know the hills and everything. Tried out a couple of times. And anyways, they always do that at these benefits and these golf tournaments. And I won one of these bottles. My other buddy won a bottle of Blanton's. And he was like, "Is that stuff good?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's what everybody goes for, the Blantons." He said, "Oh, okay. Well, he won it, knowing him. He won it, and he got him a free bottle of Blantons for about $20. But it all went to a good cause. So anyways, I like to make mine into an old fashioned, and that's how I drink them. So, cheers everybody to a Friday. Know you did great this week. Anyways, today I had some boudin from this place in Lafayette. It was Kirk's. Kirk's, You Need a Butcher. And it was right there near campus at UL Lafayette. And I had never been there before. I've heard of it before, but I've never been there before. And it's like getting to the bad side of town, but it was still. I wanted to try it. They said it was really spicy, and anyways, went in there, tried it. They had this stuff called Rooster Cracklins. Asked the guy. Man, it was packed in there too. There was so many people in there. And I said, "Hey man, what's the Rooster Cracklins?" He said, "Oh, it's our chicken cracklins with hot sauce on them." I was like, "Well, that can't be that good, fried with just put like." I was thinking cold hot sauce on it and shake it up and give it to you in a nasty bag or something. But man, I tried these and he put them in the box. They were hot. It was like a buffalo chicken wing. These chicken cracklings were this big. They were humongous, and they tasted so good. I mean, it was a chicken wing, but it was a fried crackling chicken crackling. So good. But anyways, that was I like to try all these other places, man. And I post my videos on TikTok and stuff like that. And I had Catan's Burgers follow me. And I know that guy over there in Lafayette. Um, Shout out to Ronnie. I believe that's his name. Yeah, Ronnie Stelly, my boy over there. Somehow he's in the music industry, and I knew him somehow from that, I guess. But yeah, he opened up his other. He had a burger shop. That burger shop, I believe, it's a food truck, and he stopped doing it, I guess. But I never knew anything about it. Apparently, it's a big old deal in Lafayette because the moment he talked about opening it back up, people were going crazy to come and see it and come and eat it. You got to place an order, and you only had a certain amount of orders. And anyways, he had followed me, and I was like, man, I got to come try one of those burgers because the stuff he cooks just looks amazing. And then another place, Old Time Grocery, they followed me on TikTok, and I've had an Old Time Grocery po' boy before, and I've got to go get one of those in person. It's been years since I've had one of those. So Lafayette, they got some good food over there, and I love going to try it out. But I've been trying to hit all the boudin places. I'd have to say, if I had to say my favorite boudin so far, it's probably T Boys, T Boys and Mamu. I'd have to probably say that's my favorite. Menards is awesome, and then Billy's and Karshner's and all that. Those are pretty good too. But anyways, I love me some boudin. I like smoked boudin. I like the boudin balls with the cheese, cream cheese, all that stuff into the steamed syrup. Man, those come out so good. But on this episode, I figured we'd talk about a little bit more elaborate stories. We'd elaborate more on some of the stories that I had from college because last week we did the stolen truck. I talked a little bit about that and my time at Jackson, Mississippi. Such a great time. Well, just to pick up off of Jackson, I went to school over there, Belhaven University, in the middle of Jackson. Pew, pew, pew. But I'm just joking, guys. Those people over there, they're nice. But hey, you can't fix the world by yourself. And anyways, Jackson, I lived there for a year, okay? And I loved the people there, man. I hated that I had to leave. And I just wish it would have been different because, man, the facilities were so nice. We showed up, we had three practice shirts, two practice shorts, game pants in every single color. We had a pair of turf shoes. We had a pair of cleats. We had a baseball bat that we'd picked out. We all had our own baseball helmets. We all got our own gloves. If you played two positions, you got two gloves. Um, Batting gloves, multiple pairs of those. And I mean, if your batting gloves got torn up or whatever, they just replace them for you. Anyways, the whole deal. I loved it over there. I mean, it was like you were working, and that was the first thing I ever saw about baseball and college baseball. That was the first experience I had. And the coach Hill Denson at the time, his name's on the field at Southern Miss, and so he's a legend in Mississippi for baseball. And we had great coaches, man. Josh Clark and those guys were awesome. I actually one of the coaches that were going in, he brought me in over there as a general, what do you call that, graduate assistant, GA. So he would have been washing our clothes, putting our stuff back in our lockers after every single day, every single week. And that's another thing people take for granted, in Division One, Division Two, Division Three sports. You get a graduate assistant; those guys aren't really making any money. We had to put in an envelope some money every week to pay him, and then we tipped them. And he would buy with his own money, stock the coolers with cokes and drinks and other stuff like that, snacks, and it was like we were in the pros, although we weren't. We were the little Division 3, but I think it was like that because it used to be an NAIA, and then the year I came, it turned to Division 3. But it was a great experience. Whenever I first showed up over there, after the truck had gotten stolen and all that stuff, I we were doing catching drills. So I came in as a catcher, third base, first base type player, and I was like, man, Division 3 baseball isn't that bad. College baseball, college sports, it's not that bad. I always heard it would be like a 6 to 6 type of job. You're up at 6 in the morning. You don't go to bed till 6 at night. You have no life. You're doing this. You're doing that. And that kind of scared me, but I loved it so much. That's what I wanted to do. And then one day after practice, the coach was like, our catching coach said, "All right, catchers, let's go right field line. Get all your gear on." I was like, "Okay, here we go. We're gonna do some conditioning." Well, anyways, I had never done anything like this before, so we started at the right field pole. He said, "All right, guys, this is what you're going to do. You're going to drop down your knees, block, pop back up, and you're going to steady move from the right field pole all the way across the outfield against the wall in the curve, so it's longer, all the way from the right field pole to the left field pole." And I don't believe I was in shape for that. I would pop up, drop down, pop up, drop down, pop up, drop down. And I think I got maybe 50 feet. And if you go from one side of the pole to the other side of the pole along the fence, it's somewhere like, I mean, it's probably more than 350 feet, if I had to guess, 350 feet or plus. So I got, and the coach said, "Hey, y'all get two breaks, so you could stop, take a break two times." And I'm a freshman, man. I don't want to disappoint anybody. And man, we're dropping down, drop block, and I get down, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I didn't go but 20 feet, and I did not think I was gonna make it. But that's when you got to change that mindset, and you just got to push through it. So I taken my first break. I got to the corner of the center field line, and I stopped and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is gonna kill me, man. It was. I'm telling you, it was the worst thing I've done in my life by far. It was the worst thing I've ever done. And then got going again, and I made it about 30 or 40 more feet. And I had to stop. I was like, oh my God, they're going to have to pull me out on a stretcher to get out of here. And I was like, man, I got about 120 foot left. And I was like, everybody's gone now. The catchers are the only people left doing this. It's actually only me left doing this. And I dropped down. I ended up finishing it. And whenever I finished it, I just laid on my back. I was like, screw the team meeting. Screw going inside right now. Like, I did not care about anything. I was sitting on my back, and I was like, is this for me? Do I want to do this? Is this going to be every day? And I had a talk with myself. And then after 10 or 15 minutes, I was like, that ain't that bad. So power through that. That was probably the turning point in my life where I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go back home now. Truck got stolen. I don't need to be here. But I'm glad I stayed, and I'm glad I got pushed that hard, and I got to go through it and kept continuing to go. Because that's how you build character, you know. But we had some fun stuff. We were a good baseball team, man. We had some good players on our team. I mean, most of the guys, we had probably three or four guys that had gotten drafted out of high school or JUCO and went and played and came back because in NAIA, you can go play professional baseball and come back and play NAIA baseball in college if you didn't know that. And we had a couple of guys that had gotten drafted, played Division 1 ball. I'd like to call it like Division 3 is kind of like that's where the bad guys that messed up, you know, not messed up, but sometimes they had messed up, didn't make it, weren't where they supposed to be. They did something to where they found themselves into this NAIA Division 3 type of baseball, and that's just how it is, you know. But anyways, we had some great guys on the team, man. And I came from a little 1A school, and you know, when I was in 1A, these guys are throwing 79 miles an hour, 82 miles an hour. The fastest we ever faced was probably 85 or something. And I mean, I come in here and these guys, I think every single pitcher was hitting 90. And then we had some throwing 93, 94. And I was like, what in the world is this? And I'm just 18. So it was a different type of baseball. You know, it's fast paced. We're getting after it. But it was a great team, great program. Man, we do some stuff like they had the Mississippi Braves that were right next to the school. They were in Brandon, Mississippi, and we'd go watch them in their minor league team. And on Thursdays they had $1 beers, and we had our fake IDs and whatnot. And we'd go every Thursday, the whole baseball team, probably be 20 of us, but we'd all go down there, drink $1 beers. We had Fridays, a game day, and we'd end up going to like George Street Live down there. Y'all know what I'm talking about in Jackson. George Street Live or Pop's Place or any of those other places like that. But we had a good time. It was fun for your freshman year. You know, these guys taking you under their wings. These are like it felt like everybody was so much older than me. And let's see, another time is man, we were getting on a bus. So there was a school that's out in West Texas, Sol Ross, and I know Sol Ross is in Um, what do they even call that over there? It's west of Abilene by like 2 hours. It's so far. It's in Alpine, Texas. That's where it's at. And the bus ride from Jackson, Mississippi to Alpine was something like 12 hours. And we all load up on the bus, and it's a Friday or a Saturday it was a Saturday at 8 in the morning because it rained over there the night before, so we couldn't go play that night. It got canceled. We didn't drive up there on Saturday. So loaded the bus. Everybody's getting there, and we load the bus at 8 in the morning. I got two movies ready to go. We get down the road. We start driving. Maybe 5-10 minutes. We take the first exit. And I'm like, where are we going? Turn the bus around. Coach gets up in his seats. He says, the game got weekend series got canceled, boys. Going back home. And everybody's like, oh my God, yes. We got the whole day to mess around. And little did we know, as soon as we got back, he was so mad at us for something we did. And he said, all right, Coach will have the practice schedule up in a second. Y'all put y'all's practice shirts on. Get ready to go play. Talk about that hurt right there. A little game day Saturday, and you thought you had the whole day off. And we ended up scrimmaging for about 6 or 7 hours, and on a Saturday, I think we got finished around 4 o'clock. But good times, right? Good times. Other than that, Bellhaven was kind of sketch. After my truck had gotten stolen, man, I couldn't even go to like the movie theaters without. I would be freaking out about my truck, man. I'd sneak out the movie theater, go outside and see if my truck was there, and then like you go places and you're not touching it for hours. You're sitting somewhere for 2 hours and you're just thinking the whole time, is my truck outside? Is my truck outside? Did it get stolen again? And it was just like it broke my peace of mind. But made some good friends over there that kept it up. The guys that I ended up being really good friends with were guys that just one of them was a golfer over there from New Zealand. He was a Kiwi, I believe he called himself. And then another guy was like I think he went he's he went for like theater or something like that. But he's in the Navy now. Good old boy. And then another one was his name was, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was a student council guy. He was everybody's best friend. Drank all the beer. He was one of those RAs that was the cool one that you wanted as your RA. That's a resident assistant or something like that, one of the older people that live there. And those were like three of my best friends while we were over there. We go play golf and things like that. I got scared to play golf because I thought it would mess up my swing in college, but I didn't have a good swing anyways. But it was cool too. Anyways, I ended up, like I said, transferring. So I went to BRCC for a semester after I had left Bellhaven. And the coaches said, all right, well, I'll set you up. I know the coach over there. I'll get you on the team over there. And we're thinking about coming back. And I was like, maybe. But I wasn't going to go back. And get to BRCC in Baton Rouge, back home. Feels great to be back home, to be honest. And we're in Baton Rouge. I'm like, all right, now I get to really experience college. Because this Christian university at Bellhaven, you couldn't do anything. It was strict, man. We used to sneak beers in shoe boxes, so nobody would see us on the cameras, and so it was so strict. But I guess it was a little fun because it was so strict. And anyways, going to Baton Rouge, totally opposite. I mean, that was a free for all. It was like Tuesday was ladies' night. Wednesdays was something. Thirsty Thursdays. Friday, night before game day. Saturday, game day. And then like only Sunday and Monday were your rest days, really. And I remember doing that for 4 or 5 months, just that semester. And I was like, I got to get out of here. I'm going to freaking die over here doing all this. And I continued to go to my hitting coach that I was at, and he ended up hooking me up with Louisiana College, and he had called that guy over there, Coach Burns, and I went and did a visit, and I just watched him play. He had never even seen me play before. And after I was at the visit, he goes, "So, baby, you coming or what? Am I wasting my time?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be here next January. I'll see you over here." So I ended up going over there. So my first day at Louisiana College, I moved up. It kind of snowed or something in Pineville, and I'm sitting in my dorm. I move into my dorm room, and it is just the rattiest dorm room you've ever seen. There was like holes in the wall. There was snakes, bugs, roaches. I mean, it was like, what in the world is this? And these apartments had like one room. You walk into a living room. There's 3 bedrooms on the left, 2 bedrooms on the right. There's 5 people that live there, and mine was all the way to the back. And all these all these rooms. The first day I moved, nobody came in. Never saw a soul. And then I was sitting in my room at night because I guess we had to report for a meeting the next day. And this good old boy walks into my room, knocks on my door. "Hey, you Connor James?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh man, nice to meet you. You want to come shoot some skeet with us? We're about to go out in the woods." And I'm like, "Huh? Where in the world?" And I didn't know any of these guys, and I was just being pretty shy, coming in. I'm still, I think, still 18, so or 19, and I'm like, "Go shoot some skis." Like, "Yeah, we're gonna get on 4-wheelers and go right out in the woods, and we're all gonna shoot some shotguns." And I didn't know these people at all. It was nice for him to come do that, and I was like, "No, dude, I'm gonna stay in here. I don't know anybody." But knowing back now, I would definitely go do that. But that was my old buddy. I still talk to him to this day, old Duncan Cornfoot. But anyways, that was the first guy I came into contact with. I said, "Man, what are all these holes in my wall? What is this all about?" "Oh, that's so and so's old room. He used to throw his Japanese darts at him." And he would just throw them at the wall, take them out. They didn't care about any, like, this place. The way they kept up these dorms was pitiful. I mean, it was disgusting. And the RA was like, "Man, if you wanted to paint this room, I don't think we'd have a problem with it." I'm like, "Paint the room? You let me? I'm offering to paint the room, and you're saying yes? Like, that's insane." But anyways, I ended up moving out of there and going to one of the guys. They were pitchers. One of the guys that was living there, and he had moved away. I was in his room. He said, "Man, you need to come live with us over here. We're staying at so and so's deer camp." And I was like, "Well, that sounds better than this." So next day, I went and stayed the night over there, hung out with them, and then the next day, I never went back. So we moved into the deer camp that was about 30 minutes away from school. Totally worth it. It was awesome. We got to not be supervised, and we're sitting on a deer lease, watching the sunrise in the field every single night. And it was, the only bad thing was we had to use his hotspot, Wi-Fi, Verizon hotspot, to watch TV or play video games on it. But it was cool. And then anytime they needed us to go assist with the deer lease, we had to go do that. But we had a good time over there, man. We would go shoot ski. We'd have the parties out there because nobody's coming out there, and that's where I started my sophomore year. And trying to think of some other stories, I should have wrote some down. So whenever I showed up over here and I got to know some of these guys, one of the first guys I got to make friends with, I was sitting in class, and this guy had on a backpack on the back of his desk, and it was hanging off the back, and it said CCU on it. And I was like, "Oh, this is an athlete right here." I didn't say anything to him, and then we got to practice, and I see I'm sharing a locker with somebody, so we're both in a locker. And he had his backpack in there. I'm like, oh, it's that guy from class. And anyways, met this guy, and he was a catcher as well with me. So we were both catchers, and his name was Titan, and got to meet Titan, and then we were doing our drills. We go through a whole day of practice, and me and him are catchers, and we go with the other catchers. And man, all the other catchers, I love these guys, so I could say this. All right, all these other catchers are 5'5". I mean, it's like the short guys, and then me and Titan, who are like 6 foot, whatever. And me and him are looking at each other, we're like, oh, we got this in the bag. And anyways, we going through the practice and everything. We didn't know any of these guys at all, how they played or anything. And then after practice, me and Titan are like, man, you wanna go? Let's go get some reps and let's go get better. And we're just doing that. We got spunk in us. So we want to go impress people, show them that we're here to work. And we're doing drills. We're doing duck walks down first base. You ought to hear Titan tell this story. It's hilarious. But we're doing duck walks down first base. We're throwing down the first, throwing down the second, throwing down the third, all after practice is over with. And we're like, man, we're talking to each other. We're gonna play over here. And we're gonna man, we start over these guys, all that stuff. And you know, one of the guys I was catching was like a all all dish all team, all whatever you call it. He was like all conference. One of the catchers was all conference. One of the other catchers moved to first base, 5'5", moved to first base, got all conference first base. And then one of the other catchers was a replacement for the other catcher. Me and Titan ended up not even playing catcher. I went to like third base, and Titan still caught a little bit, and it was funny. It was hilarious. But those guys were cool. One of the guys that I was playing third base with, he lost his nut, lost his ball. He just straight up, we were doing in and out one day at practice. Oh, we were doing some drills, and one of our pitching coaches he got sneaky and threw a ball behind his back, and somebody else threw a ball down the other line. So the pitcher threw the ball, actually. Catcher caught it, never saw the coach toss the dummy ball that he was supposed to get. So the catcher sees a guy running to third base. He throws it to third base, and then the pitcher throws the ball that the coach rolled to first base. We're all looking at first base, and then my boy at third base, he's standing there, gets just railed right in the nuts, and he's down, and I'm like, what just happened? He got shot, and man, they had to bring him on an ambulance, and they extracted a nut, so that was gone. But he's okay, and he reproduced, so you can survive without one of those. And he was doing all right. After that, he was on game day. He had to sit out for a couple of weeks, but on game day, he was showing everybody his new prize that he had. You know, it was cool. I think he was swollen up like a basketball over there in the locker room. He's like, all right, I'll show you. Come here. But that was funny. And we used to have some great game days, man. The coach's wife, we do these double headers for D3. The greatest thing about D3, man, you get to play 2 games on a Saturday. Every single Saturday. You get to play a 7-inning game or a 9-inning game. Or you get to play 2 9-inning games. And that was awesome. We loved that. That was so cool. But Coach Burns' wife would make us these peanut butter and jellies. Man, they were famous. She still does it to this day. She'd make us some peanut butter and jellies, and in between games, we'd go snag 2 of those. They were cold, and she'd mix the peanut butter with the jelly, put them together. Amazing, and that was cool. And then we'd all go out on a Saturday evening. We'd be done hopefully by 4 or 5, and then we'd all go hang out, watch LSU play, or just go somewhere, go to the daiquiri place, go to the bars they had to offer in Pineville. When I first showed up over there, Pineville was a dry county. There was no alcohol. I had never heard of that in my life. It was a dry county. You had to go to Alexandria to go buy beer, wine, alcohol, anything like that. It was not in the gas stations. It was not anywhere you could find it. And I'm like, oh yeah. Whenever I first got there, one of the guys invited me to go out to eat, and we went to a Mexican restaurant. And I was like, yeah, let's go out to eat. And we all sit down, and they start taking their orders, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get a margarita. And the guy's like, we don't have margaritas. And I was like, really? Mexican restaurant, no margaritas? Okay. And they were like, yeah, Connor, this is a dry county. They don't have margaritas here. I'm like, dry county, really? Never heard of that. But man, once you get past I-49, once you get past that Woodworth, it's pretty much Arkansas, and then you're in the Bible Belt, you know. You're kind of just stuck out over there. But we found our way to have fun. Alexandria, luckily, wasn't but a hop, skip, and a leap 15 minutes away, maybe 10 minutes away. And then the next year, they opened a daiquiri shop. Then the next year, all the gas stations had it. Then they had liquor stores. It wasn't long that I had to suffer, you know. So our first year over there, um, we were out playing we were in Dallas, Texas playing, and we walked to the bars, and terrible decision, you know, for a game, but I wasn't playing. I didn't care. So we walked to the bars, and then the next day we get absolutely stomped, and our team captains come in, and they're ripping us a new one. They were out there too. I better not see nobody out there tomorrow, and or tonight. And then we go out there, and uh, we ended up losing. This team won. They were UT Dallas was like number one. They had 36,000 students. I mean, this was a Division III school with 36,000 students, undergrad, which is insane. LSU has like 20,000. And these guys were good. They're always good. They're D2 now, UT Dallas. But we got stomped over there. So our first showing over there, we made it to the AFC conference tournament. Lost two, went home. We all dyed our mustaches. People dyed their hairs blonde, and we went 2-Q, and it was just a pretty show to go back home. But then we got to our next year, and the next year was much better, man. We had a lot better leadership and stuff like that. And we ended up doing like morning workouts, and we'd have to go at 5 in the morning, go run out in the streets, on the field, just to prove we had a mental toughness and all that. And it was a good time. We didn't get into any trouble. We took it a little bit more seriously because the guys we had before us didn't really show any interest in the baseball program. I think they more likely like to have fun, and that's okay and stuff. But not when you're in college ball. You know, you can't really do that. But I had no say. That was my first year over there. And we ended up going to the conference tournament, and we did pretty well in it. We lost out again. And then our final year, we made a run to, man, we were playing in Abilene, and it got rained out. Then we had to drive all the way to, like an hour and a half west of Abilene. And we went to the conference semifinals. And that was the furthest we ever got whenever I was over there. But it was a great time. And I love every single one of those guys I've played with. They're all great, cool dudes, and you know, we had some stories that I can't say on here or don't want to share. But They know what I'm talking about. One of the tournaments we got to go play in was in Florida. It was in Lakeland, Florida. Giant college tournament. I mean, a lot of these schools don't get to play baseball in the spring because all the snow and stuff up north. So they all come down here and they played in this. It was like the Russell something uh, tournament, and it was on a MLB preseason field, and it was like 100 teams, 200 teams, but we had to ride on a bus all the way over there, close to Orlando. It was about a 16-hour bus ride, and we left from Pineville, went all the way over there, played that. We had two guys that had overslept in their hotel room, and we didn't play till like 11. We had to be on the bus for like 9, and these guys missed the bus, and then we left them. We left them on, left them in the hotel. Coach said they'll catch up sometime. So then they start texting us about 10 minutes into the bus ride, and they're like, don't leave, we're coming." And then they were blaming each other. "Hey, you should have woke me up. He should have woke me up." And we got back to the hotel that day. They didn't sit in the dugout the whole time. And we got back to the hotel, and Coach Burns lit him a cigar. He sat down outside on his on a little folding chair, and them boys, they started running. They ran for probably an hour and a half, back and forth in the hotel parking lot, back and forth. Coach Burns puffing on a cigar. I felt so bad, but we went and walked out of some Hooters, and it was pretty good for us. But man, set your alarm. Don't go to sleep. Hey, another thing, I am looking for some podcast sponsors. So if you're somebody that wants to sponsor this, I'd love it. I'd love it. It'd make me have a little better setup. I can maybe get some different angles, maybe another camera. Maybe we could throw in something to where, I don't know, we have some guests, a little room, something a little nice. But I'm just getting started, just getting it out there. And this is going to be cool. I like doing this. This is like I was looking forward to this all week to come and talk to y'all. People coming. I had some people. I've heard people say they're like, "Man, what would I do if I started? I don't have anything to talk about. I'm not interesting." It's like, yeah, but who cares? You don't have to be. I don't know. I don't care about all that. I think if you find it fun and that's something you want to do, then go and do it. Don't listen to everybody else. Those people that don't do it are the ones that always wanted to do it. Those people that talk about those people that oh, that's stupid. You see those stupid videos that they're doing? It's like, no, dude, you want to do that. You just never had the balls to do it. I know exactly who that is. Those people that they'll just never step out their comfort zone, but they'll talk about you behind your back. You can't worry about that. Everybody's going to do it, no matter how good you're doing. So, anyways, that doesn't bother me. I just like doing this stuff. I thought this would be something I've always wanted to do, and like just come and chat, tell some stories, do some stuff like that, and man, it could turn into something pretty cool. You know, like I said, I love these baseball teams. This is a Corpus Christi Hook shirt. If you guys got a cool baseball shirt where you let me fix this up, pick it up a little bit. I feel like I'm hunched over. If you guys got a cool baseball shirt wherever you're at, send it to me. Send me one. Send me a large. I'll wear it. I love stuff like this. I rep baseball stuff all day. I wear a large, and you can send it to P.O. Box 144, Lottie, Louisiana, 70756. But anyways, yeah. So we had gotten back from the Florida trip, and man, that was a cool trip. It was pretty cool because we got to go play baseball in Florida on the minor league fields, and it was Mardi Gras, February. And it was about 89 degrees in Florida. And we got back to Louisiana. It was 52 degrees, raining. And guess what? Everybody's looking at each other and they're like, hey, if we leave tonight, we can get to Mamou, Louisiana. We can get there from Mardi Gras on Saturday. Our game's ended on Friday. And they said, guys, we can get back. We can go to We can go get home at 9 a.m., take a nap. We drive to Mamou at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, one or two. We can go to Mamou Mardi Gras. And look, this is a big deal because baseball players have to miss everything. We don't get to do Mardi Gras. We don't get to do spring break. We don't get to do, when everybody gets off of school in May, we don't get to do that. So we got back home and we had a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And we got back home. Everybody said we made a game plan. We're all going to Mamou. And look, we got guys from New York and Texas and Florida, Alabama. They don't get to go do Mardi Gras. And we get to go to I ain't never been to Mamou Mardi Gras until then. And we all set up a game plan and we went out there and we had us a good time. And then coach texted us and said, hey, we got practice tomorrow. Practice tomorrow, 9 a.m. So guess what? I think all of us showed up to practice at 9 a.m. I think everybody had on sunglasses at 9 a.m. I don't think anybody's sunglasses came off at 9 a.m. I got stuck at third base for these inter squads. I had to play third base for probably 2 hours straight. It was not good. I think Coach Burns gave me the yips that day. But it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of me. But that was a good day. You get to look back on it and laugh, right? And we had a great time. Anyways, I think my little Mexican buddy met him some people that he had fun with, and it for me, man, it's showing these people the experience. It's like, look at this. You're missing. This is right here in our backyard. Look at this. We get to. It was people. If you've never been to Mamou Mardi Gras, you just don't know. You have to go to Mamou Mardi Gras to find out. Go to Fred's at 10 in the morning. It's something else. These got people throwing up on the side of the street at 11 in the morning. And it's like, man, culture. Culture. But we befriended people, got in fights. One of my buddies got in a fight over there, threw his shoe over a fence that was gated in for some reason. I don't even know why he did it. He got mad at somebody. He was about to fight him, turned around, threw his shoe, and lost his shoe. I think they went back the next day to go get it, but I don't think he got it. Man, a lot of these guys, I talked to a bunch of them. I'm one of those people. I'm going to keep in touch with you. You're going to not hear from anybody. You're going to hear from me. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to talk to you. Because I like that stuff, man. I don't want anybody to ever have to separate. I hate that. I hate separation. I like, man, you make a bond with people like that. You spent 3 or 4 years with every single day. And then all of a sudden you don't anymore. Some people are just fine with it. They just go on their ways. But I'm like, man, what? I thought we had something. But it just takes one person to do that, and a lot of people are grateful for that. And I have some great friends from that, man. Some people I still talk to this day. Some of them I work with, and like they're customers of mine, and some of them I could be customers of theirs. It's you never know. You never know what you're doing. You never know where it's gonna go. You never know who you're talking to. I mean, you could be talking to somebody incredibly, somebody that could impact your life incredibly. So you never know who you're talking to. I'll just say that. So never put anybody down, and never brush off anybody, because a connection is a connection, and that could always lead to something. So like another thing we'd look forward to is the October, because that's when fall ball ended, and we all look forward to the fall softball game, because the baseball team got to play with the softball team, and baseball team got to play with the softball team, and we do this little tournament. We'd all dress up in costumes. It was a great fundraiser where we'd all grow our hair out, our facial hair out. I didn't have much back then, and it was like, I think it was prostate cancer awareness, and it was prostate and breast cancer awareness. So we'd raise money for it too. So people would pay money to come watch us. We'd go and do that, and then we go party a little bit after. And one of the parties was at this house one time, and we were just, man, we all wore our costumes over there, because we didn't get to really go to a costume party. We could never do that, and so we had to do it amongst ourselves. But the school was so small that word would get out, and everybody would show up. It only took one person to mess it up, and of course, one person messed it up for this time. And man, we were having fun, good time. It was a great night. We show up. Let's see, that was on a. I don't even know when Halloween was that day. That was probably a Thursday or something like that. And then we all showed up to practice the next day, have our little meeting in the morning. And our coach goes, "Hey boys, I got something to tell you. If you was at a little shindig last night, I'm gonna go down the list. Go ahead and don't lie to me now. Don't lie to me." And you can't lie to them. Can't lie, because everybody around you. If you lie, somebody's gonna rat you out. I want everybody around here. If you were there, just say yes. I'm gonna go down the list, okay? James, Christopher, Polky. Yes, yes, yes. And he goes, all right. Now I either got the decision to kick you boys off this field, or all 26 of you. What was it? It was all 30 of you gonna have to run 30 miles. That's what it was. It was Wednesday, because I remember this now. It was Wednesday, and we had till Friday to do it. 30 of y'all, huh? Y'all gonna run 30 miles. Every single one of you. You got to run 30 miles by Friday. And this is Wednesday evening. He said, don't even worry about getting your practice gear on. You're not practicing until you run those 30 miles. Okay. So what do you do? What do you do? You put on your running shoes, and he goes, from here to the softball field and back, you do that twice, that's 1 mile. We'll be keeping tabs on you, and don't even think you can lie, because I know if you're lying or not. So we did what he said. We got our running shoes on, and we got to going. And that was the most I ever ran in my entire life. So the first day, I never pushed myself like that before. So the first day we started running, probably 3 o'clock. And it got to about 5:30 or 6. And my legs would not, I couldn't pull them forward anymore. I was like, then there's not a. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And that was I think I had 14 miles the first day. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I did 14 miles. And I was like, man, that's pretty good. Lost some weight. I didn't really care because I was like, man, we did it to ourselves, you know. In the end, you kind of know you're going to get in trouble. But I ran about 14 miles, and then the next day, so everybody had to do that for themselves. For themselves, you had to do that. And he said, "All right, I'll let y'all, if they want to, you can ask a guy on the team to run some miles for you to take off of your miles." And we were like, "Oh, thank God!" I mean, there's no way I was running 30 miles in 2 days. And I think I got one guy to do 4 or 5 miles, another guy to do 4 or 5 miles. Anyways, everybody started helping out everybody, and he was kind of mad at us at first, but it was more of a scolding. He don't know how much we really ran. I ran my miles. I think I did a total of 17 or 18, and we were supposed to do like 30. But man, people wanted to help me out, so I ain't mad at it. But I did get to get 17 miles in on my run. But another time after that, this was the same freaking year. Same year. We're in the library. We used to have mandatory study hall where we'd have to go in the library. I'm a grown man. I'm 22. Grown man. And I got to go sit with freshmen in a study hall library in the library. In the library. We had to check in. We had a time. It was like 7:30 at night. I have to go over there and study. You know what we did? We threw airplanes at each other and spitballs. Well, one of the times I had the early gig, and it was me and like 10 guys. And I am not leaving this place trashed. That was me. I was one of the team leaders. And anyways, there was a team that came after us. Base People on the baseball team was like Team A, Team B, or whatever. And we get to back to the locker room, and coach goes, "Oh, you boys that win at 6:30, y'all like to leave trash everywhere, don't you?" I'm like, "Trash everywhere? Nobody left trash." "Oh no, no, somebody came and told on us. Told y'all that the trash was all out. They had Subway wrappers, McDonald's wrappers." I said, "No, sir. Not when I was there. That was not the case." Anyways, his word over mine. We had to run for that as well. I don't even know where we ran. We started at a foul pole and went around the field, and he said, "Don't stop till I tell you." Everybody else was cleaning up the inside of the dungeon, and me and 15 guys had to run around the field. And I was like, you can't argue with the coach because what are you going to do? I just thought I was like, the only way you can take it is you go, this is great exercise. This is what I need right now. Great exercise. And it was good exercise. And this all happened within, I think, a month and a half of each other. Granted, I was 240 at that time. Better shape than all these guys that I was running with. Nobody's going to extract me from that. But I was. But anyways, it was like, this is so stupid. It was, you know what it was? These Christian schools like this, they get people that get jealous of you. And this happens, you only know it if you have been there. These little small schools, it's like a small college. I'm not even going to say a Christian school. I mean, it's just these little small colleges. Baseball players, people just don't like them. And I don't know why people don't like them. I guess it's because it's like, oh, baseball's always been popular. So Why are we going to like the popular guys? There's no way that they're nice. There's no way that they're likable. But it was always the baseball team that got it. It was always the baseball team. If anybody did anything, it was the baseball team. And it's these small colleges like that. And I went to two small Christian colleges, and they were both exactly like that. And like other stories I hear, they're just like that. It's just these people, goody two shoes, go rat on you for having fun, for living your life, having fun in college. But what are you gonna do? They're gonna have their life. You're gonna have yours. Who had more fun? You know. Nothing I hold against them at all. I got my exercise in. You didn't. Who ran 20 something miles this week? I did, not you. But it was good. And anyways, I had a great time in college. It was not exactly like everybody's college, but it was fun. And you get to meet. I think no matter where you go in college, you're gonna have a good time. I think if you actually try and push yourself and go out there, you're gonna have a good time in college. It's the people that don't go out and do anything. Those are the people that don't have a good time. You have to get out of your comfort zone and go do stuff. Like, I would never join a fraternity, but a baseball team is kind of like a fraternity because you got 50 or 60 guys you've never met in your life. And you have to hang out with them and you get to know them. So a fraternity, you just have to pay for that, you know. But I think, so I don't think fraternities are bad. They might be a good thing. I think they are a good thing. If you're going to go hang out with people, I think that's what you have to do. Those people that don't have fun, it's not about fun either. It's also about networking, man. These people that you meet, you never know who in the world on your baseball team. Like, some of these guys are the guys I know, just plainly that I know. Financial advisors, bank managers, plant managers, insurance managers. That is what happened. They just, it's just people that turns into that. It's the same thing with a frat or something, a sorority. It's the same thing, So I would never push away from going to meet people. Like, it's just paying to meet people. It's like a social club. That's what you're pretty much paying for. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. People talk down on frats all the time because they act the way they act. But that's just, I guess, the younger guys probably. But you got to get it all out of your system. Do it now. Don't do it whenever you're following my lawsuit. Do it now. Get it all out of your system now. Not when you're cheating on your wife. Don't ruin my life because you ruined yours. Anyways, just being funny. But, hey, that was a good little podcast. I think it's over with now. Let me know what else you want to see. Let me know what you want to hear about. I'm going to have some good guys on here. I'm figuring it out how I can do a camera and a camera with the same audio and have it pan back and forth, have it a conversation mode. I'm lean forward right now, but I'd like to be sitting in the back of a chair, But I'm going to do it. It's going to be cool. And you guys that are here right now, you're going to be here the whole time. It's going to be awesome. So, you guys have a great weekend. Finish the week off strong. And enjoy yourself. We're doing fine. Catch you later. I'm starting the weekend. Think I'm gonna start drinking. I just found out that I don't have work till Tuesday morning.